In 2006, a number of players, clubs in the Durban area decided that the history of Federation is not sufficiently covered. They started a committee in 2011. Thanks, Siraj. Okay, next is Krishna Pather from the city of Johannesburg. Let's see. Okay, and played for Bluebells as a youngster. Is Krishna here?
Yes. Krishna.
Up here. Butch, for your troubles, Sir Ralph Hendricks, please come in and collect an award as well.
Sorry, we just
Okay. Wie is met 'n doggie laat kom? Ken jy 'n doggie laat loop het? Ja, nee. Oh.
Thank you very much, Ralph. Next is Jody. So for all your troubles, please come and receive some recognition. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Harun Mohammed. We've given him a special award as well, not just because you're part of the Bluebells family, but Harun, you've done lots of sterling work in the background to try and capture the history of SACOS, and like the work that Derek and Isaac and all of the guys are doing, you're doing similar sterling work, so we'd like to recognize you. Okay, then we have one of the awards we didn't mention, which we should have, which is quite significant, is Dr. Selma Brody and her role. She couldn't be with us today. I mean, it's amazing. She attended a previous function that we had, and she was, she's 92 years old. And when we were interviewing her for the history project, I mean, she remembered everything so clearly. And why she took the stance that she did, and how pivotal it was. If people recall, Amin Akelwaya, Don Matera, and Dr. Selma Brody with Professor Naidu here were very pivotal in actually winning that. So we don't have anybody to receive the award, but we'd like to acknowledge Dr. Selma Brody. And then the last award, special award, goes to SACOS. Would it be nice if we could invite Hassan Hawa? I mean, I was in standard 5, and I went to play in an interprovincial tournament. Miley Bukharia was my coach. And it was the first time, when I came back home, I asked people, what is abnormal about our society? Because that uncle kept on saying, no normal sport in an abnormal society. Somebody had to educate us that there was something going on in the country. So, Derek, if you don't mind, will you come up and receive the SACOS award, please? Or Isaac, would you join, please? Okay, no, we just before. Okay, so just stand up here. Guys, you will forgive us. There are lots of players in attendance today. I'm looking out that way and I can see Uncle Kola. Uncle Kola was actually the best player of the Padiachi brothers. Guna will claim he was better. But we'd like to acknowledge Uncle Kola and Uncle Virgil, who is no longer with us. We have Computer Lamola in the house. We want to recognize how many amazing memories you've given us. And so, you know, there are just so many players here, and we want to make an apology. Fish, we want to recognize Fish, Babu Kale children. You know, I grew up at a time when I didn't understand the rivalry between Bluebells and Swaraj. Apparently, it was quite intense. It's a bit.
I only played this last for 5.
We could never forget how you would run down the road to celebrate.
We have the Swaraj family, players, supporters. We'd like to wish Bluebells all the best and congratulations.
Let you have a word.
Thank you. Sorry for just butting in. But I only believe in Swaraj for 5 years. I don't know much of the rivalry. But I experienced a lot of things that I didn't find to be right. I don't know why there was that rivalry. To be honest, it's one community from Lace, but we were the rivalry was so strong, I couldn't believe it. There are some of the supporters, I'm sorry, he actually used to sway my own mother, my own cousin, to sway my mother. I'm sorry to say that. But on behalf of Swaraj, the Swaraj and Koki Singh, I'd like to congratulate Bluebells United on their 50th anniversary and pray to the Almighty that He grants them many, many more years of success. Thank you, people.
Fish, whenever we have, on the odd occasion, the guys get together and, you know, drink, and sometimes it involves contraband as well. It's unusual, it's on the rare occasion. Then Tamo's favorite line is, Fish Abrams was the best player to play here on the Lane Stadium. So he has special words for you, guys. We also want to recognize Buti Eshak. Since we're recognizing all of the journalists, Buti, can you stand up?
Okay, so on the subject of fish, Fakir Hassan also we'd like to acknowledge, appreciate him. As we were talking beforehand, he was saying he's already planning a history of soccer in lanes. So there's a commitment, one output out of bringing everyone together. Okay, we'd also like to acknowledge Fla on the corner there. There's a small lighty in Kliptown. The ground was opposite my grandfather's house, and we remember you, please come forward. And I believe Vincent Julius is in the house as well.
He's not here now, he's that side. On the other side.
Okay, he's on the other side. Okay, so we move on to the next section. But maybe the next section is, so there's going to be unveiling of a plaque. And the plaque is a commemoration of the contribution of Bluebells to Lenasia soccer, and the history of the stadium. But if I can just share, when some of us started this work in the early 90s, just from the Lenasia community alone, we drew up a database of more than 250 players. And my sense is that eventually we should be working towards a plaque where all of those players who played professional on the stadium for the 3 clubs that played here should be recognized and put up on one of the walls of one of these buildings here. But for now, it's the plaque of Bluebells. And so we would like, Alan and Vincent, if you could take the responsibility. So where is the plaque? Is it? Oh, Linda, please, if you could come through. You're going to stand there?
By the way, Linda and Ellen are cousins.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's hope that's the start of now move on to the vote of thanks. Gavin Jackson. Is Gavin with us?
As Gavin makes his way up, and he was able to manage the stairs very easily because he's a good boy these days, you know. misbehaving. But guys, what I wanted to also say was we are going to have a gathering down there, and it's an opportunity for people to mingle. Again, the one thing I want to say is the other thing that we've learned, and I think Jody, you touched on this. You know, Agzi won't take too much credit, but the truth of the matter is when a program or a project comes together like this, you need a driving force behind it. And I think what Agzi's been doing is helping us keep focused. So you'll notice we focused all our energy on the 73 team, because the truth of the matter is there's just so much of content. And if we interview everybody, we could just do one documentary, but do a whole series. So we focused on the 73 team, but one of the driving factors, and Jody, you pointed this out, was just to acknowledge people's contribution. You know, when players are famous, and it's wonderful for the time that when they are famous and then there's life after football. Many of our footballers have died in poverty. Many footballers, ex-footballers, livelihood. We didn't start out with a particular picture in mind, but one of the simple things we wanted to do was to allow people to come together and to share memories. So we are going to have an opportunity for people to have some snacks, and you know, we'd like people to use that opportunity. A big thank you to Robin. Robin also played for Bluebells and was part of the interviews. We missed some of the fancy stories you told. And I see we also got Basil Kapsa Dance Biza. I saw Biza in Easterless recently, and I reminded him how we were leading Birds 2-0 on our way to the quarterfinals, and then he took over. Nobody read the script to him. And he just took over the game, and then next minute we had to play a replay. So thanks for coming. So Gavs, over to you.
Thanks, Gary. Good afternoon. This is a vote of thanks to all the ex-Federation players, officials and supporters for attending today. It's highly appreciated. A special thank you to the family of all the players that has passed on. We really appreciate your presence here today. It doesn't go unnoticeable. Special thanks to all the important people here. It's Sharon Printers, Soli Sports, R&R Frames, Itemba Outsourcing, Yunsu Trading, and for everybody else that contributed to this great day today. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here.
Okay, so to close off, everybody knows what was the anthem of Bluebell. The event would only be fitting that we had that song played, and Kani did a particular